Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video, and firstly welcome to a fresh new month of November, the 11th month on the present calendar. Today we have a really unique and special day. 111 portal is open and is inviting us into a deeper connection we have with all the life. So this unique day can help you to clear your karmic attachments and patterns by learning from your ancestors, acknowledging the positive qualities and letting go of the negative ones. This realignment can guide you toward a more favorable timeline where everything works in your favor, and later we'll be talking more about this. So your path is now being cleared, my friends, and you're ready to embody the wisdom from your ancestral past. If you take a moment to express gratitude and honor, as within your DNA you carry the legacy of those who walked before you, you will notice that you've been never alone. You see, your body is made out of 50 trillion cells, so your body is actually a whole community of cells. And more you're in harmony with yourself, which means more you're in peace with yourself and your past, more these cells in your body can work as common unity, right? As community that is generating health. And more the cells in your body will be generating health, more you will be intuitively connected to life. So today's day is actually really special, as in many different countries we are celebrating our ancestors today. We are honoring our ancestors, remembering them and reminding ourselves that we are here because of them. And when it comes to this remembrance, it comes to reminding ourselves of their good qualities, as each of us have many good positive qualities. It comes to this understanding, well, even though I have many flaws and many dark negative aspects, which is nothing wrong with them, I can draw from their many good qualities. I can actually embody what I thought that is bad and transform it into something beneficial for me. Like in the past I thought being sensitive is what makes me weak, and then later in life I've noticed that because I'm sensitive to energies and to my environment, I can draw creativity from there, and that made me a really creative person. So we just need to learn to work with who we are and what we have, and to cultivate these good qualities that we got through our DNA. And another incredible thing when we're thinking about our ancestry is that it's made out of 3 layers. On first layer we have this family ancestry, which is our human being family tree, right? We are all brothers and sisters here. So we have this connection between all of us, and therefore we can all learn from one another, and we can all kind of look within one another and see what are these good qualities that we could work on ourselves as well, right? When we see a good example, like in Buddhist traditions, especially in Tibet, they're often practicing, like they have a certain statue, like a statue of Buddha or of a certain master. And they use that statue as a symbol within the meditation to embody the qualities of that certain individual, and therefore they tune into the energy field of that certain individual, and therefore they start to feel the qualities within themselves. And then the challenge is, can I embody it? Can I practice it in my day? Can I become the greatest possible version of myself by embodying these qualities and letting go of what is not making me the version of myself I truly aiming towards becoming? So on this family tree ancestry, we can learn so much from our past, so much from the cycles of the past, and we can recognize what not to do, right? Especially in relationships or certain financial patterns that we have, like how we are treating money and resources. We can learn so much from the past what not to do. And then if we study some individuals whom we may admire, we can also learn what to do, right? That's why this family ancestry is so important, especially when we look into our family ancestry, like your close family and those who walked before you. You will recognize that certain individuals were special in certain ways and you could learn so much from them, and some other individuals maybe triggered you in many different ways and therefore they can be your medicine. Like a great saying goes, that some will inspire you and some will trigger you. Both are medicine. So once we recognize that, we can truly learn from everything. So this is the first layer of ancestry. Then the second layer is our biological ancestry, which goes into a cellular level, as we as a species have evolved out of a single cell that became alive on this planet, and therefore it makes us connected to all the life, all the animal kingdom. We are connected to all the animal kingdom, which means that we can learn from animals as well, like how to live more in sync with nature. That's why in shamanism, in their meditative practices, they're often making certain sounds of certain animals to activate the parts within their bodies that awaken this intuitive connection to nature, as animals have this connection to natural cycles, to intuitive connection to plants, which can lead us deeper into medicine and being more grounded and kind of more divine in a sense when it comes to connection to the planet of Gaia and, you know, like Native Americans said, Father Sky and Mother Earth. So we established this deeper connection. This is an animal level, as our bodies are animals. And we recognize, okay, so animals around us are partially also our ancestors, right? Like we have this older part of the brain called the reptilian brain. We recognize, well, actually, we have evolved through so many different species. Sure, there's a spark of consciousness, like science says 200,000 years ago. There happened a DNA manipulation, which gave us an ability to speak, to express ourselves, to be emotional, be more intuitive, and so on. So our ancestry goes really, really deep into the past, into the cycles of time, however we want to interpret time. Today's day is reminding us of this connection. So it's really complex topic, but so beautiful one when we are thinking about it in such a depth. And then there's the third layer, which is the ancestry of consciousness. So it means that on conscious level, we've all evolved from the source. So as much as we are an extension of the source, of the creator, of God, or however you want to call it, also everything else around us is an extension of the source. So we recognize, okay, actually we are connected to all the life, to all the planets, all the stars, everything that's happening in the galaxy, all the movement, the life, everything. We are connected to everything. That's why astrology is often really important topic and subject when it comes to the planetary influence on our nervous system and energy body, because everything affects everything. The position of planets affect our energy body and so on. In Tibetan ancient Buddhist traditions, they said that in breathing, there's an infinite force of energy that travels into our body through breathing, and it purifies the veins of life within the body. So they call it prana. Prana is this life force that enters into your body through breathing, and it is clearing and purifying these channels of energy within your body. And this prana is coming from somewhere, right? It's life. And when we're thinking about this consciousness ancestry, we can recognize that it's infinite, it's endless. But it's not external, it's within us and all around us. So we recognize, okay, we are part of this, what we call life, right? We are it and we are part of it. So when we want to tap deeper into ourselves, we have to recognize how incredibly complex we are. But at the same time, it's all connected in such a simplicity that we don't even notice it, right? It's so simply connected that we don't even notice it. So the easiest way to really experience this connection with all life is to let go of beliefs and detach from your five senses here and there, to in tune with your feelings, with your emotions, and therefore with your inner quietness, to recognize, okay, this is actually something from where you are experiencing life. You're experiencing life from that inner beingness that is like complete darkness, complete quietness. That's from where you're experiencing life. And then whatever you add up to it becomes your identity, right? So we have to remind ourselves of this inner purity, inner quietness, even inner darkness, to recognize that actually if we want to detach, it's easy. Just, remember who you are. So we need to have certain practices. That's why in all ancient traditions they had meditations, right? To remind themselves of who they are. And longer you maintain connection with your true self, and if you really stay persistent to a certain practice every single day, you just become more of yourself and less of your identity. And if you become good at it, a great transformation may happen in your life, because suddenly you awaken within you powers of creator. You become a really creative being. And today's day is actually really special because the veil between the physical and non-physical is really, really thin. That's why in many different traditions at these days, we are celebrating our ancestors, the connection with them, those who are living maybe among us in the spiritual realm. We can easily establish a connection with them. As the veil is thinner, the connection is stronger. So you can use this day to really get in touch with these other life forms, right? And more importantly than anything, let go of fears that may be connected to it, as many people have fears of death, fears of loss, being afraid of losing, maybe, whoever we are attached to, or even our lives. Those are really strong fears, and I don't think we just let go of them, but I think if we just start talking more about these different subjects, like what death is and where we go after we die, after we, transform, what happens after that. If we just have more of these conversations, as on the East it's something almost natural, on the West it's something most people just don't want to think about it, I think it can just make us realize that it's part of life. That's why 111, you will recognize it brings us to number 3. And number 3 it is actually a symbol of creative process. You see, you have beginning, you have journey, and you have end or finish. You have birth, life, death. You have mind, body, soul, or spirit. You have, there are always 3 parts to any journey. You have to begin somewhere, then you have to walk it, and you have to come to the finish line, to the conclusion, right? That's why number 3 is really, really interesting. So if we're not talking about death, if we are being afraid of that, we can't live in balance with life. We can't live in harmony with life. And today's day is really teaching you to embrace that part of life, because it is a natural process of life. So it's not about holding certain beliefs towards it, like I believe that force will save me, or I believe this will happen, whatever. It's just coming to a conclusion that I will not be here forever, and therefore I want to live the way that when I finish here I will have no regrets. I want to live like every single day I give my best to whatever I do, because I don't want to leave behind unfinished business. I don't want to leave behind something I wasn't finished because of my laziness. How much of creative projects could you actually produce if you would be more indulged into your own talents, into the skillfulness, or building more skills around what you are really joyful about? In Slovenia, we have a wonderful connection between words universe and joy. Universe is called vesolje, and joy is called veselje. So it's just one letter that differentiate between one and another, which in other words means that when you're joyful, you are walking, you're in tune, you're deeply coherent with the universe. When you're joyful, you are the universe, right? You become you in verse, you become sound in motion. You start dancing to life. That's what happens when you're joyful. So today's day is reminding you of the importance of joy. Your ancestors are reminding you, hey, have fun in your life. Enjoy your life. You're not here, to cry because we are gone. You're here to thrive because we are gone. To use what we couldn't embody, what we tried but couldn't. Now it's up on you to be even better at it, to be even better at being human, to show to others what being human truly means. They're saying to you, hey, you have so many beautiful talents, you have so many beautiful skills, you have so many beautiful emotions to be expressed, beautiful thoughts to be said, beautiful words to be spoken. And we can't do it, but you can. You are our blood, you are our genes, you are our DNA. Now it's up on you, right? And you are walking with us, and we are within you. So this is a really, really beautiful day. And I want to remind you of really letting go of these ancient fears that are reminding us that whatever can be connected to death is something bad and something negative. It's not. It's something universal that is happening all the time. You're actually dying so frequently in your lifetime. So many times it happens that you go through this process of transformation where the old self dies and the new self is being born. So it's just about embracing this universal process called life. The number 3, which represents beginning, journey, and the end. And once we embrace that, we actually embrace the power of manifestation. We recognize, okay, I have to start somewhere. Then I have to walk the walk. I have to walk the talk, right? And I have to do certain things. And that will bring me to the finish. And if you're not at the finish line yet, it means you haven't came there yet. But you will if you keep up. Right? People quit because they don't reach their wanting results, but they didn't reach them because they haven't tried hard enough. They haven't walked long enough. They haven't been persistent enough. So it's not because it's not meant for them or they can't do it. It's because they quitted before they actually experienced that. And 111 is reminding us of the importance of understanding that everything needs to begin somewhere. Then it needs to keep happening. We have to keep working on it, keep improving ourselves, keep learning new skills. That's what makes us grow, right? And that's how we come to the finish line. Eventually, everything has birth, life, and death. That is a universal cycle of life, and once we embrace it, we recognize that manifestation is our birthright. Whatever we start, we can also finish. And whatever we start and finish will change our lives, right? Whatever you start and lead to a finish line will completely change your life. You can't be the same person after you've accomplished something. You can't be, because you've learned so much new stuff, so much of new information, so much of new knowledge, that you just can't be the same person anymore. So in other words, an old self has died and a new self has been born. So this is the constant motion of life. And once we embrace it, we recognize that we are actually truly powerful. More we are flowing with these changes and constantly embracing the changes and constantly working on, let's say, improvement on ability of self-expression and setting goals, organizing ourselves, reaching our goals, and then setting new goals and expanding them, and then planting into those goals more compassion, more unity, more understanding, more connection. Let's influence more people in a positive way. Let's spread love to more people, and so on and so on. We're just reaching up greater goals, and if each goal is set with an intention to be also reached and experienced, we are devoted to a path, to a journey that will lead us to there. And that journey will be filled with enthusiasm, because we know why are we doing it, right? If you're focused on the goals just because of certain financial reasons, well, it's okay. Especially when you're at the phase where you're broke. It's completely okay to have goals to expand your finances. But know that once you reach it, set up bigger goals, greater ones, the ones that will also enlighten your life, not just make it more prosperous, but also more mindful and more conscious and more loving. And you can also start it already right now to make those kind of goals. So it's just about cultivating a clear and compassionate communication with ourselves, with how we choose to experience our future, and how we express ourselves to people around us, right? Are we saying, oh, I'm sad, I have a bad day? Or are we actually articulating more precisely what's happening? Well, I am sad right now because I had a bad sleep, and I had a bad sleep because I don't have a before bed routine to relax or purify my mind and relax my body. So yeah, I feel sad because I'm not so proud of myself, because I'm not, I could take a greater care of myself. I could improve my sleeping habits, and I could, be in better shape if I would take more care of myself or so, and that would improve my mood. And because I'm not doing that, I feel bad. So you see, it's just about how clear we can actually articulate what we feel right now, what's happening to us, and how much responsibilities we actually bring to our own well-being. It's truly up on us. And today's day is a really important one to acknowledge these things and to remind yourself that you are alive. That's why you are alive, right? And you have this unique opportunity to experience a life in your unique way. So it's up on you how you will experience it and what you will make out of it, and with whom you will establish connections, relationships, and experiences, and so on. It's all up on you, but you have to decide to make the most out of it in an honor for your ancestors that made a possibility for you to be here today, right? And if you have this deep honor and gratitude, you will notice that you are never alone. You're never alone. They are within you, living through you. So establish a connection with them. And you will notice that they want nothing but the best for you. Nothing but the best for you. So my friend, I hope you found something valuable today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. To anyone who would love to support my art, go and check out our Etsy store, AttractPassion. The link is in the description of this video. We are running a unique sale, 20 off to all of my art. So go there and check it out. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, one love.